Hi there. Welcome to the Focus and Fulfilled podcast with the Busy Boss Mamas. I'm Crystal Borgeson, and this is my beautiful sister, Stephanie Mitchell. And we are here today to talk about something so super exciting that we've been working on forever. And that is our Crush Your Cravings Challenge.
Yes.
And it's free. And it's free. So all of you out there who are like, oh, they're just trying to sell us junk. It's free. So you can come.
Yes.
You just have to sign up. So
Yes.
anyway, we'll tell you all about it. So why you would want to come. We talked a little bit last time about crushing your cravings. And
some of the struggles of the summer, especially.
yes. Summer, yeah. The day at the lake and you got the kids' treats and mom somehow picks up a handful here and there. Those kinds of days. And we talked about also like the end of the day cravings that we have. And now that it's summertime, because we've got these camping treats and, kid treats because they're home from school or they're not working on anything. So there's more food around and it's swimsuit season. So that's.
And in addition to like having more treats around in the summer, like if you have your kids in school, your kids are around in the summer, which means you are more stressed. So
Yes.
I don't know about you, but sometimes I have those days where I'm like ready for a glass of wine by 10 a.m.
Yeah, because the sun comes up at 5 a.m. and everybody's got that kid who, as soon as the twilighty time comes in the morning and the sky is still gray at 4:55, you've got the kid coming out of bed. Hey, the sun's up, Mom. Sun's up.
I know. And
breakfast?
and I'm glad that now like I have a little bit better of understanding from like looking more into like learning about health stuff and cravings and habits and all this crap that we have a little bit better of an understanding of why your body wants to do that.
Yes.
And so I'm all about, even with health and everything else, like even when the kids get sick or whatever, like or there's some sort of chronic health issue, like what do we need to do to support the body to like take care of the underlying issue? So if there's this desire to be eating, why is that? Like, why are we having these desires to eat? And what can we do in our bodies to stop that and help, like, so that our body isn't hanging on to these pounds? So that's what we want to do in this challenge. And why do we want to do a challenge for free? Because we want to have a community. Basically, it's accountability for us too. There's some selfishness involved in here. We can get
definitely
be together in a community and work together to have be more in control over the summer, particularly, right? So and we've learned some things that we want to share with other moms. Like we've learned some things that to be able to finally drop weight easier. Like I can't tell you how empowering it is. Even if I do, I'm not saying that I'm always perfect because I'm not, but even if I do get out of control, like I know exactly what I need to do to pull back and get back. And it's not just a matter of like, oh my gosh, I suck and I really need to like have so much more self-control.
And even in addition to that, it's not just the knowing what you need to do, it's the knowing you're capable of doing it. Because I think that's where the beat up really comes in when we say, oh, I just can't do it. I can never do it. I keep making these resolutions and I keep breaking them. And then before I know it, I'm in the pantry and then I do it for 5 days straight. This is where our tips have come in the past. You need to look at where you have succeeded and tell yourself about that, because that means you can do it. So one of the most empowering things is to be like, I can do it, because there are a zillion diet things out there you can do, and the bulk of them will work. You just have to stick to it.
Yeah. And that's one thing is like I don't like diets for a few reasons. One of them though is because I feel like then you have all this guilt of like, I can't eat that. I can't do that. I'm on this diet. Da, 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 da. Like,
and now I'm the worst person ever because I ate one M&M out of my kid's packet that they gave me, and I couldn't tell him no because he's 5 and no feelings will be hurt.
Yeah, so we're not talking about diets here. This challenge isn't about a diet or a special fancy thing. That's the thing, is everyone thinks like, oh, if I get the right diet, if I just do the right diet, then I'll be able to lose the weight. If I just do this perfect trick, then I'll be able to lose the weight. Da 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 da. Like,
Yeah.
no, and then we also want to talk about foundational health too, because we talked in our last podcast episode a little bit about vitality as we age. And so um there are more reasons to not be like snacking all day than just weight loss or just feeling like crap about yourself. We want to extend the vitality of our life as we get older, so that when we've got grandkids, we have the energy to play with them, and we feel good enough to go on hikes, and you
Yeah.
know, you don't have to feel so old. So um let's just chat a little bit about some of the things that we're going to be doing in our 5-day challenge. By the way, it's going to launch. What's our launch date? It's
July 11th.
July 11th
It's a
through July
Tuesday.
15th, 5 days. And oh, I know what I forgot to say. I wanted to say something. One of the reasons that we love the challenge model is, for both Crystal and I, we joined a challenge it's been several years now, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was the turning point for me in being able to control like my weight and my eating. And it wasn't anything fancy, but that community of like feeling this, there's a different mindset about it, of being like, oh, I'm in this challenge. I'm in a challenge with other ladies and we're doing this thing together and we're learning about these better habits. And it was a game changer for me. It was so much more empowering and so much more effective than just learning a few things on my own and trying to implement them by myself. So I think a challenge group is so, so, so incredibly powerful and super fun. So um those are some of the reasons behind why we chose to do it this way. So we're going to talk about, over the span of 5 days, why we have these cravings. Like, we're going to talk about that cycle that we go through of like,
And
stress.
how to crush them.
How to crush them.
You're going to crush your cravings.
Yes, we're going to crush your cravings. We're going to teach you how. We're going to put together a lot of what we always talk about in Focus and Fulfilled podcast with habits and brain science and all this nerdy stuff that, if you can apply it, you can change your life. So we're going to talk about that. We have some awesome special guests that we are super excited to announce. We're not going to tell you who they are just yet, but we know you're going to love them, and we are super excited. So one of them is going to be talking about some of the things that he's discovered about cravings and what's really behind them and what you need to do to get them under control, and some awesome results that he's had with some of his clients and in his own health. And he's going to be sharing with us just a little bit more about that and how they've gotten some pretty awesome results. He was telling me about one of the clients that he's working with. She lost like 8 pounds in 6 days, which I know some people are like, oh, it's so unhealthy to lose weight that fast. But when you realize what a lot of the weight is that's on you, like, it's actually water.
Yeah. A lot of people,
so,
just to give you a taste, a lot of people are pretty dehydrated.
Yeah. And then when
drinking more water does not dehydrate, does not make you retain more water.
Yes. So you're holding on to all this water, and not only water, but inflammation, which we'll talk all about all this stuff in the challenge about. Like, that's why when we did our first challenge a few years ago that I told you about, I lost 10 pounds over the holidays, and I did not give up all the pie and all the things that you want to have on Christmas and all that. Like, I didn't go hog wild, but I still did enjoy those things. I didn't feel like I was
missing out
or like denying myself everything I wanted at those celebrations. But because I learned some things, I dropped some weight there. So when you can lose 10 pounds over the holidays, I feel like I know what I need to do to get. And now we have learned even so much more since then. And that's what we want to share with you.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of food, our second guest is amazing in that she teaches people how to easily cook healthy meals at home, because a lot of us, we're running around, we got sports and we've got activities, and then you got to go off. And so that you inevitably end up at the drive-through. And she specializes in helping people, moms, know how to cook for their family, healthy,
Busy
easy,
moms.
super yummy meals. So you're not eating just, now I have to pick up all these strange vegetables I don't know of and don't want to ever try, or just having salads and your kids hate salads, or just plain chicken with salt and that's it. It's not that stuff. She makes amazing meals, and she
Yeah.
has been so generous to come in and share her wisdom with us.
Yeah. I am stoked about her. And
She's like, she's pretty badass. She's pretty high
yeah, she
level
is.
there.
So yeah, so we're super excited to welcome her on to be able to share some of her tips and tricks, because
Mm.
I love that like her whole mission is surrounded, it is just to help busy moms like you and
It
me and Crystal. Like I don't have time. Like I was telling her when I met her a few years ago, I was telling her like when I added it up, I was spending like an ungodly amount of hours in the kitchen a day. And she's like, oh, hell no. Like, you could not be spending that amount of time cooking every day. And I'm
yeah,
like, but I mean, to me, I'm like, dang, I guess, like, I don't know how else to do it. I don't want to just feed my family like chicken nuggets every night, or,
yeah. And she
like,
doesn't cook like that, and she's she's not an extreme on either side where
right,
it's just these cheesy macaroni noodles that you have to eat in the thing, and then you just feel like a big old like slow gross, yeah, it was fast, but I might as well have made hamburger helper.
right.
But it's also not stuff where you're looking at it and you're like, it's so healthy, I wonder if I should go eat my lawn. You know, my lawn looks a little more appetizing than that.
Yes, that's true. Or you feel like you have to buy all this weird stuff.
Yeah, like I know a lot of people like arugula. It tastes so nutty to me. I don't like it on my own. And a lot of health recipes that I've read, they're like, you need an arugula and spinach salad. I'm like, they're so nutty. You can't just have arugula and spinach. My kids will never touch that. And I'm not making individual meals for everybody. That's one
Right,
of the things she specializes in, is making healthy meals. So you're not making different meals for everybody that's healthy. So you're making the kids mac and cheese, and you're making yourself this gross nut salad that you're choking down and you're not looking forward to dinner, but meals that your whole family will look forward to.
right. So I'm super excited for her to share with us some of her tips and tricks on like
Yes.
meal prepping and how
I'm
you
pretty
can,
sure she
all those
even has
things.
some Instapot recipes for those who like their Instapot,
She does.
which is
She's pretty
me.
awesome. I know. So we're super excited. Like we've got these awesome guests that are going to be coming in. We're going to be tackling this from a habit perspective, helping you with the habit loop that's going on in your brain, with like
Yep.
why you're eating and what you need to combat, and really the real reasons behind why you're having such a hard time losing weight. Like how can we have like found some little tricks and stuff that we've been doing to be able to like learn how to,
Yeah.
okay, I know what I need to do, and I can like drop those pounds a lot faster and a lot easier. And I know why it's happening, because I know what's
Yes.
going on in my body with these things. I know what I'm doing to my body, and how it's shrinking my fat cells, and how it's helping me to not want to eat these different foods. And I know why. And so we're going to talk to you about the why behind these cravings, and what your body actually needs, and what you need to do to help your body to be able to release pounds and to not be wanting to eat all the time. So
Yeah.
hopefully
Well, and
you
our
guys can,
favorite things that we use to encourage such stuff.
yeah. Yeah. So we're going to share with you some awesome things, and we are so dang excited. So
Yeah.
excited.
Super excited. It's going to be an amazing challenge. And we are, we would like, I'll have the link in the bottom of the
Yeah,
thing.
it's
I'm sorry. I looked out the window
busybossmama.com
and I see
slash
my little kid
cravings.
running around with
What?
their dad.
Sorry.
I said, I'm sorry. I halfway's lost my concentration because I looked out the window to see all my little boys' heads like toting to the car with their dad.
Well, they're with their dad.
Bunch of ducks. I know. He's
That's funny.
changing a tire or brakes or something. And
And they're out there helping.
yeah, they're all
Cool. Well,
helping.
well, you guys check out busybossmama.com /cravings. challenge is free. We are super excited to see you there, to
Yes.
get to know you and be able to work with
And-
you together so that we can all, you know, we're going to be up leveling back again, like getting back in the groove, because you know what, like, I ain't gonna lie, like Crystal was down here in Utah visiting me a couple weeks ago and we ate chips.
Yeah, we ate too many chips. Well, that's because
We ate too
Steph
many
likes
chips.
dip and I like dip, and they were on sale, and we went to the mountains and we ate dip and chips and Twizzlers.
And Twizzlers.
I
Things we
didn't pull
shouldn't have
those
eaten.
out of nowhere. Yeah, we ate Twizzlers, and so we know how it is, and we all know the feelings that we have after eating terribly. Every one of us knows those feelings, and we're going to help you take control of it. And once you can take control of something, especially as big as your cravings, and crush those, you can crush anything. And we want to give you a taste of what that's like to be able to focus and to feel that fulfillment, because you can do that in everything in your life.
Yep. So check it out at busybossmom.com/cravings. And we will talk with you next time.
Bye.
Talk to you later, guys. Bye.